Hi everyone and welcome to another Skyrim mod feature, episode 60. And the first mod that I'm going to show you in this video is called Interesting Farms. It's an overhaul mod for some of the major farms around Skyrim, including Battleborn, Chillfurrow, Cattlers, Merryfair and Selvius Farm, as well as the Solitude Sawmill. It adds an extensive amount of buildings, especially where Chillfurrow and Battleborn Farm are concerned, and you will notice a slight performance drop when using those particular two farms, as they are in the Whiterun area, and it does add a little bit of extra load to the game. The other farms, however, do not have as much as an impact. The only one I had a little bit more issue with was the Selvius Farm near Riften. As well as the additional buildings that have been added, the main things that you'll notice are different is there's more crops, horses, stables, more animals and different architecture. If you want the mod to look like it does on the mod page, you will also have to include in your mod order Sexy Solitude and Sexy Villages and Towns. For me, I don't have those two mods on, and this is why it looks slightly different to what you've probably seen on the mod page. There's a lot of extensive work being done here, however there is some incompatibilities with other mods, as you would expect. It does change quite a few things, and for me personally it changes a little bit too much. I prefer my farms to be a little bit more simple, a little bit closer to what they are in the vanilla game, and not with so many items. However, if you are a fan of adding as much as you can into your game, and this is definitely a mod you should check out, as it does make the farms more interesting, as it does say in the mod name, and just gives you an extra little thing to look at as you travel around Skyrim. And next up I have a weapon mod from Billyro. It's called Solvistapp, and initially it starts off as a broken iron sword. However, you can then craft this into a full iron sword and then extenuate this further into a steel sword, a silver sword, an ebony sword, and then go even further, changing it from a one-handed weapon into a two-handed weapon. I really enjoy this mod author's weapon mods. They tend to be quite plain looking on the outset, but if you look closely you'll see the intricacies that's at work here. The hilt is really nicely designed, and there is actually inscriptions along the blade that you can't quite see unless you go quite to it, and it's that hidden detail that I really like about this mod. I also like the concept of finding a broken iron sword to begin with and crafting it up into the sword of my choice and showing it the care and attention that a master weapon requires. I'm showing this mod in 4K textures, however it is also available in 2K and also has the optional dual sheath redux patch. To find the sword you'll need to head to the wreck of the Winter War, which is in the east of Windhelm, and you'll find it there in a sunken chest. And next, I've got one of the more impressive player homes that I've seen in recent weeks. It's called Pale Marsh Manor. The house has been constructed in its own world space, which you'll find just east of Dawnstar. If you have Miascoom in state installed, it will be down near the dock area, and there may be some conflicts with that mod. You'll find the entrance in a little cave just off the shoreline. Once you are inside the world space, there are no loading doors whatsoever, and the house comes with the typical crafting stations such as the cooking pot, alchemy lab, enchanter and smithing area, which is in its own separate sections of the house rather than in the main building. There are 2 bedrooms, a master and a guest, and there are custom displays for several unique items. The mod does use assets from the DLC, so you will need all of them in order to use the mod. For example, you'll find the Hearthfire planters available in the garden areas. What makes this mod even more unique is the custom meshes and furniture that have been used throughout the home. You'll find some fantastic additions here, and it really is worth just loading this up and taking a tour around the place. It's very nice inside and just is a very unique and well designed player home. I really do like this player home. I just have one little quip, and that is the location. I would prefer it to be a lot closer to Dawnstar than it currently is. I know why it's tucked out the way, but I would prefer that distance to be shortened. Dawnstar is my favourite city in Skyrim, and I would love to have this player home more of an adjoining section to the city rather than tucked away down the back near the shoreline. And the penultimate mod that I want to take a look at in this video is this silver sword. It is very ornate. You'll see just before the hilt and halfway up the blade there is a very intricate pattern there, and to me it looks more like a display weapon rather than the one you would use for actual fighting, but it is still a very nice blade to use. This is actually the mod author of a previous mod that I've covered called Crimson Embrace, which again is another sword mod and one that I actually currently use through most of my playthroughs. Going back to this particular sword then, it is available in both a one-handed model and two-handed. Both are craftable at the forge underneath the steel section, and the mod comes in 2K textures. And if you like the look of this mod, please do check it out on the mod page, and also check out the mod author's other weapon mods, because you might find something you also enjoy in those. And last up we have Mihail, the AKrossBow. It's a new crossbow for the game, and it does require the Dawnguard DLC. In order to craft the crossbow, you will need 2 firewood and 4 steel ingots, and to craft the unique spiral bolts, you will need 2 steel ingots per 10 bolts. This is a fairly fast firing crossbow that does more damage than the vanilla ones that you see in the Dawnguard DLC. Currently, it is not part of any level lists or involved in any quest or with any special perk or enchantment. If you like the look of the mod, please do check it out on the mod page, and also check out the other video footage there as well. So that brings me to the end of episode 60. If you've liked any of the mods that I've shown in the video, you'll find links as always down in the description below. If you use any of the mods, please do endorse. You can also find my stuff on nosgaming.com and openworldpcgaming.com underneath the exclusive section. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.